did. It's easy to prove that he had nothing to do with the kidnap attempt. We will get him out.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. We definitely
Mama,
will.
this family is not all superpower. I mean, we are subject to the same laws as the rest of the world and the same legal mistakes, too. That's the whole reason I was out of this country. How do you know that he would get out of this thing intact? Keith Timmons is dying to put someone in jail. He would fix it so that Jeffrey would be found guilty. He would try.
Your mother's right. We never would have allowed such a thing.
Daddy, you took a big risk with his life. He almost got killed trying to protect me, and this is how you repay him?
You're not being fair.
No, you're not being fair. You haven't even made a move to put up bail for him. You come home, you open your champagne. Well, listen, go ahead. You do your celebrating. But I am not going to take part in this when the one person we owe this to is confined in a jail cell. What party?
Well, it's not a party exactly. It's just Mom and Dad are putting together dinner with the whole family.
Oh, I don't think I want a dinner.
You gotta let us do something. You gotta let us get a little crazy, please.
No, it's not right.
What's not right? This is the first good thing that's happened to this family in a long time.
Here we go.
Oh, champagne.
Champagne is just the beginning. Wait till you see what we have planned for you.
You know, I'm really not in the mood to celebrate. You know, Jeffrey's still locked up, furious, I'm sure, feeling abandoned and used.
Look, darling, evidently he didn't explain things. He was told something a few days ago that he didn't understand. We tried to explain it
What
to him.
did you try to explain, Daddy? How grateful you were to him for saving his daughter's life and putting the blame on him for something he had no part in?
What does she mean? I don't understand.
Look, kitten, didn't Mason tell you the strategy? I mean, Jeffrey had much more chance to be exonerated than I did. It's easy to prove that he had nothing to do with the kidnap attempt. We will get him out.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. We definitely
Mama,
will.
this family is not all superpower. I mean, we are subject to the same laws as the rest of the world and the same legal mistakes, too. That's the whole reason I was out of this country. How do you know that he would get out of this thing intact? Keith Timmons is dying to put someone in jail. He would fix it so that Jeffrey would be found guilty. He would try.
Your mother's right. We never would have allowed such a thing.
Daddy, you took a big risk with his life. He almost got killed trying to protect me, and this is how you repay him?
You're not being fair.
No, you're not being fair. You haven't even made a move to put up bail for him. You come home, you open your champagne. Well, listen, go ahead. You do your celebrating. But I am not going to take part in this when the one person we owe this to is confined in a jail cell.
Not surprised, but she's angry. Jeffrey is her champion and her savior. And if she feels he's going to be wronged in any way, she's going to fight like a tiger.
Darling, it was not our intention to harm the man. He overreacted to this whole thing from the word go. It was like he was looking for an excuse to turn against us.
No, I don't understand that.
Sophia, there were things he said to Dad and me that gave us a very strange feeling. It was as if he hadn't liked or trusted us from way back.
What do you mean? He's only known our family for a couple of months.
That's what I used to think.
I can't explain it, Sophia, but Jeffrey Conrad does not wish this family well. I think we should be very, very careful where he's concerned.
Enough aggravation to last me for the day, I can tell you that.
What did Mason say, darling?
You know, you think Mason would move like lightning to get Jean out of our lives, but no, he's got other things to do, so we wait. Not for long, I'll tell you that. I made that clear.
Isn't Jake Morton's arraignment today?
Oh, that's an open and shut case, darling.
Oh, maybe.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Tell me more about Gina. What's going on?
Gina is going to be hit with the fastest divorce of her life.
Well, I gotta honestly say, I mean, it's been the longest 4 months either of you have had to go through.
This is true.
Well, when's the big day? Oh, now, what's that supposed to mean? You're not going to elope or something like that, are you?
No, darling, we're just not going to have a wedding right away.
Why not?
Look, sweetheart, we would just like to wait until Kelly is really back with the family.
I don't think with Haley and Ted, what they're going through, it's really appropriate.
Well, if anything, this family needs to be together. You two have shown us how strong we can all be.
Thank you, darling. Well, we're together.
Yeah, but we could use a wedding. We need something to celebrate.
Darling, we will celebrate, I promise you.
Well, how about right now?
Well, not right
As soon as the divorce is settled, we shouldn't wait another day.
I have to admit, I don't have much patience left.
That makes two of us.
Well, that settles it, doesn't it?
Well, well, twice in the same day. Come in, Miss Lane.
It's Mrs. Capwell.
I'm sorry. I really am, and I apologize for coming out so strong earlier.
Apologize to Mason, not to me.
Look, I do not expect you to understand my relationship between my son and myself in a few short weeks.
Oh, I've got a lifetime to learn, don't I? I can tell how overjoyed that makes you.
Remember something. I brought this marriage together.
Only to protect Eden.
What do you expect? You did everything in your power to come between Cruz and Eden, even to have one last desperation act of getting pregnant.
I would never use this baby against Cruz or Eden.
You don't have to now.
Now, I wonder how you would feel about me as a daughter-in-law if I wasn't carrying Cruz's baby.
I don't think my opinion matters anymore.
Oh, yes, it does. You make it matter. You know, Cece, I know you're not too thrilled at having me in your family. Have you considered I'm not too thrilled at having you in mine? But I'm willing to try. Are you?
Hi, Tori.
Hello.
How are you? I thought I heard the door.
Yes, I stopped by to see how Haley is doing.
It's really rough.
May I see her?
I don't really think she's up to it right now.
I think she might enjoy it very much. She's in a room. It's upstairs. Last room on the right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Did I smell gunpowder when I walked
find
in?
that woman's concern somewhat nauseating. That's all.
I think she is very sincere.
She's trying to worm her way into our lives and our family.
What are you talking? Listen to yourself. She is in this family. That's what you wanted. That's what you got. And you had better learn to live with it. You're not going to get any sympathy here.
You're a hard woman.
When I'm right, I'm right.
All right, all right. I still didn't bargain for her being underfoot all the time.
You just missed her. She left but 5 minutes ago.
Another near miss. It's becoming the theme of this day.
I think it was terrific of her to come over and see Haley, and I think Haley appreciated it, too.
You sound surprised.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad she did it.
Doesn't have to mean it has to be a daily ritual.
Oh, Dad, I thought you liked having the members of the family within swatting distance. Oh, I forget that's only real family members.
That's funny, Mason. Very funny. Did you take care of the affair we talked about today?
Wheels have been set in motion. You should be a free man before you know it.
Thank you, Mason.
Well, I appreciate that, Sophia, even though you had to say it for him.
Would you like to stay for lunch?
Well, what do you think, Dad?
Up to you, sonny boy.
Boy, you really know how to roll out the red carpet. No, thank you, Sophia, I can't. Besides, there's a direct correlation between Dad's appetite and my presence in this house. Good thing Victoria and I don't live here. You'd be down to skin and bone.
All right, Mason, why does it always have to turn into this?
Because this is what we're about, Dad. And in the future, I'd appreciate it if you would at least try to be civil to my wife. Hi, Cal. I got him in a good mood for you.
Oh, Mason, not now.
What's wrong,
Darling,
baby?
where were you all night?
With Jeffrey. Drove up to the mountains, but we couldn't get back. There was a storm up there.
Do not owe us an explanation.
Oh, yeah? Why not? The man's a criminal out on bail.
Darling, I told you I've done everything I could for the boy.
Ah, the CC Capwell pledge of good intention.
Honey, we're sure he's not going to go back to jail.
This family is the reason he went there in the first place. I can't believe you used him after everything he did.
Just hold on 1 second there, Kelly, because we weighed the entire situation before anything was done.
Oh, I'm sure. And it was only convenient to make Jeffrey the fall guy.
Kelly, from a legal standpoint, Keith has nothing. Your freedom almost guarantees Jeffrey.
And that is supposed to make me feel good about what you did?
Well, it's better than saying he'll be hanged for it.
Something is going on here you're not telling me about.
Baby, we know as much about this as you do.
No. Only as much as you'll let me know. I am tired of being protected around here. Tell me why Jeffrey hates his family so much. What does he hold against me for being a Capwell?
Jeffrey just seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Seems to have a talent for that.
When I was over at Johnny's, they were renovating the restaurant. A beam fell, and he pulled me out just in time.
He was slightly hurt, so we asked him to recuperate here.
You should have gotten out while the getting was good.
When did the trouble start?
Darling, there wasn't any trouble. When we came up with a kidnapping scheme, Jeffrey wasn't supposed to be involved. He was supposed to drive Pearl to the airport. The last minute, he changed places with him.
And that's the last contact we had with him until the both of you came back here.
You had to have done something. This doesn't make any sense.
Kelly, that's really about all there is.
And you didn't do anything to him, Mason?
Oh, he was Dad's chauffeur. I hardly had anything to do with him at all.
You know, he asked a lot of questions about this family, but especially you.
Well, I'll admit that he didn't like me from the start. But I wondered if maybe that wasn't because he knew one of us from before.
Well, some people happen to be hostile to other people who are more fortunate than them, that's all.
Honey, when he was recuperating, I tried to talk to him. He was very pleasant, but he didn't tell me anything. What do we know about him?
I don't know. All I know is he's very sweet and very brave.
Honey, when you talked to him, did he tell you anything about his family, where he's from?
Yes, he would start to, and then he would refrain from saying anything. He talked about his home in England once.
Baby, I can find out anything you want me to find out.
Uh-oh, the sledgehammer approach rears its ugly head.
I don't want Jeffrey investigated. I just want some answers.
Baby, we don't have any answers.
Where is he now, darling?
He's staying at a motel.
We can stay here.
Oh, never. He hates this family, Mama. And I think he hates me, too.
I'll go talk to her.
Where's Haley?
Haley just left.
And you let her?
Of course I'd let her.
I thought you were going to try to talk some sense into her.
Haley knows exactly what she's doing.
Was she upset?
Yes, she was a little upset.
Well, she hasn't exactly been thinking clearly since the night of the attack.
It was not an attack, CC. It was a rape, and it happened to her, and you can't expect her to react the way you think is suitable. And I hope you understand that she's going to see a counselor, and she's not doing it to hurt you.
I don't see what good it's going to do, though.
Well, maybe when she talks to someone who's a stranger, she'll find out that her best advice will come from her family.
I cannot believe this backward kind of thinking. What do you do, filling him with ancient family philosophy?
It didn't hurt us when we had some rough times, now did it?
This is different.
How?
Because Haley is confused. She is so confused she doesn't even know what she's feeling. She's confused, and she's hurt, and she needs to make up her own mind what is best for her, whether you agree with it or not.
Mom, the only way she's going to feel better is to know that she's loved. Now, how is the volunteer self-help program going to give her that? You're wrong, Mom. Both of you are.
You really did a number on him, didn't you?
I did, while you're coaching Haley to get mental therapy. Let me tell you something. Sharing and getting in touch with one's feelings is for the birds.
I did not coach her, and I am not ashamed to admit that at one time I needed help, too.
That was because we were not together with each other at that time, remember?
I've got a news flash for you, darling. Neither you nor being a capo is the answer to all life's problems.
Don't you ridicule me. And I'm going to tell you something else. I don't appreciate you contradicting me in front of my son.
Then you should have fallen in love with a digital watch, not a woman. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. How's the happy couple? Hello, darling. Did I interrupt something?
No. We were just discussing something.
I hope it was my charity luncheon.
No, it was far from that. Actually, I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, then it's a good thing I picked up your dress.
What is that for?
I volunteered for you to be a model in the fashion show.
Oh, Eden, there's so much going on. I don't want to get that involved.
Oh, Mama, what would it look like if my own mother didn't support me?
No, Eden, you know your mother is such a free spirit.
Please, Mom? Please?
All right, honey, I'll do it.
Daddy?
What?
If you'd be wearing your tux, most of the leading businessmen in the area are going to be there.
Now, darling, you know I'm not into that kind of thing. Now, please.
Oh, not putting on the big gap well front. Well, that's a first.
The whole family's going to be there.
I will be there. I would never let you down, Eden.
You never have. What's wrong with you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'll try this on, see if it fits. Excuse me.
Did I say something?
No, darling, no. It's just been a very tough day.
Gina hasn't come back, did she? I didn't see her broomstick parked out back.
No, it's one of the few times it's not her fault or anything like that. Listen, I've got to do something. It's kind of important. We'll talk to you tomorrow, all right? And we'll see you tomorrow. Sophia?
You better see her tomorrow. Be patient with Cruz.
Cruz? Cruz isn't half as stubborn as your father.
Don't be so sure.
Ted and Cece are being so protective of Haley, they won't even let her breathe.
Well, at least Haley went to a counselor.
Yeah, well, no thanks to Cece.
Daddy's always been overprotective, Mom.
Overprotective? Oh, Eden. What's this list?
Oh, nothing. That's, oh, these are the lists of the people who are coming to the luncheon.
Eden, I just saw
Hi. Oh,
that
you're going
Eden-
to pick up that book, right?
Right.
Sophia,
Hi
hi.
there, Victoria. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, too. Thank you.
Here it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Great recipes.
Good.
Why don't you come in and sit down, visit?
I've got a million things to do at home. Thanks anyway. I'll see you at the luncheon tomorrow, though, right?
Yes, we'll be there.
Great, great.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everybody's over at Julia's.
What is the matter with you? You seem so tense.
No, I just sort of been running myself ragged organizing this luncheon.
Well, do you need help? If it's that difficult to
No.
help you, what can I do?
No, I can handle it. You and Daddy just show up.
Showing up will be easy, but I cannot guarantee we'll be speaking to each other.